Hello, welcome to another video, and I'm very happy to be able to share some information with you and share some knowledge with you. So I've been to a physiotherapist recently as I was having a few problems with the arch of my foot, as you may have known. Actually there is no major issue there. The physio actually looked at it and said, yeah, my right arch is a little bit flatter than my left arch, but he goes, to be honest, the major issue isn't actually here in the arch of my foot, but I've had previously issues with my right knee, and then it moved down to my left calf, then it moves to the arch of your foot, and actually all of this problem stems down from my right glute and my medial glute in specific. So we did some tests. He was really helpful, really great person, and he was running specific physio, and he really got to the root of the problem, gave me some exercises that I should do, and so now I'm going to start doing them. This is the first time I'll start doing them. In 2 weeks time, going back to him, and he's going to be doing a video analysis of my running form, which should help as well. Not expecting results from the 2 weeks of these things, but I just thought I'd show you the exercises that he's given to me that might be good for your supplementation for you. Like, obviously I can't diagnose if you have anything or whatever issues you might be having, but it's a really good, some exercises to share that are going to be good for glute strengthening and understanding a little bit more about that. Let's get straight into these exercises. I'll show you a few of them, and you'll be able to see my poor form as well, and we'll work on it together. So let's get right into them. So this one I've actually done in a previous video. It was the clamshell raises, but there is a few tweaks that the physio did recommend, which are a lot better advice. So you are lying down with your shoulders, your hips and your feet kind of in a straight line. Then what you want to do is keep one of your hands on top of your hip, and try and raise your leg to the highest point that is possible. But when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you aren't rocking forwards or backwards, moving side to side. So that's why you have your hand on your hip. And the other thing that is really useful that you have to do is keep your tailbone tucked in and your core activated. So it's not sort of sticking out, or your bum is moving out as well. So you need to keep your core and hips kind of stable there. That's the whole point for when you're running, and that will activate the glute medial. The other thing as well is that you can do repetitions, and then also the other way you can do it is by doing it and holding it up to the top and then releasing. So the same thing as the clamshell ones, but instead here you're going to have your leg out straight, and all the same things that I just said previous one. So you want to have your crossed leg at the bottom, hips and your shoulders all in alignment, and you're just raising the leg up to the highest possible, making sure that core isn't loose, that your tailbone is tucked in, and that you're raising the leg high. And then you can also do it where you hold it at the top rather than just doing the repetitions. So in this one it's a side plank. What you need to do is sort of bend your knees, come up onto one arm, as you can see I'm doing here. Have one arm on your hip, and what you want to be doing is raising that leg up. It's actually quite a tough one. You wouldn't really think, well, I mean obviously you would, but it is a tough one to do. And the same with the other ones. You want to have your body in a straight line, try not to be rocking side to side, and having the core and your tailbone tucked in. And you can also do on this one, which is hold it up at the top as well as the other ones. So this one, moving to kind of a different position, is standing single leg squats. So what you're going to do here is you're going to try and keep a good straight alignment. You're going to lift one leg. The leg that you're trying to work on is obviously the one that is on contact with the ground. Try and keep your hips stable. Bring your raised leg behind your body
And what you are trying to do is just squat down a little bit and then bring it back up. Now it's more important to get better form over how deep you can go, and one of the things that I'd really recommend, as you can see here, I've got my window on the side and you can kind of see I could see my reflection, just to try and see that, am I leaning forwards or leaning backwards, which is bad. I want to have a straight alignment, my back straight, and we can go down and going up. Super hard work, but it's a really great one.
Right, so there you have it. There are the 4 exercises that he taught me. I can really feel that I had to work hard on my glute there. One thing I would say is what he said to me is make sure you're focusing on having correct form throughout them, rather than doing it fast or doing a certain amount of repetitions. The correct form is really what is the biggest factor in all of this, because it's all about the biomechanics, making the whole system working in conjunction. So there's no point in having a strong glute if you're not working it in a routine of what should be done. So your core activated, your hips push forward, or all those alignment issues. So make sure you're focusing on getting your correct form when you're doing these types of exercises, rather than reps or how long you can hold something. The correct form is really the key vital thing there for me, and well, you if you decide to do any of these things. Another thing that he said, which really struck me, and I thought was a really clever thing, is that there are no really strong athletes, like talking in the running world, let's say, there are only weak ones. So, and I think when you delve into that thought a little bit more, I don't think the ones who are winning or at the top of their game, it's not because they're super strong, it's not because they have the most developed muscles, or they've just basically eliminated all the weaknesses that they can have. So it's not the fact that they are super powered, their genetics are crazy, it's just the fact that they've got rid of all these weaknesses, bad alignment, poor form, poor breathing, whatever it can be. And all these little things, when they build up, they make a super athlete. So that's one thing that I've really embraced over this, I think over the last year, is to try and really work on everything I have inside of me. All these little things, my breathing, my form, and my stride is on the forefoot, and this is a huge part of it, this part I'm going through right now. So I'm going to do these once every 2 days, and that's what he suggested. And and also another quick point, which is quite critical, I asked him, should I do, if I have a weak right glute, do I need to do it on the left hand side? And he recommended yes, do them on both sides, because you need to strengthen both areas and activate that routine. Because even though you might not be having issues on the left hand side, let's say you're starting to get the correct routine on your right side, and then you need to make sure that it is functioning on the other side with the correct, activated core, hips driving forwards, and all those things. That's really, really important as well. And no, don't worry, that doesn't mean that your left side is going to grow even more and get even stronger, and this one's just going to get weak. That's what I always used to think. They will, just basically be like this, like a peach. So yeah, there's my glute medial exercises that I shall be doing. Hopefully I can keep you updated on how it's going, and thanks for tuning in. Hope they come of use to you as well, and have a great day. Thanks a lot.